I'm not complaining. This is a cool opportunity, to fight someone who's been, a killer in the UFC for a really long time. And I always look forward to fights like this because, I get to test myself against this Brazilian fucking gorilla.
And like you mentioned, not a hometown fight, but going up against the Brazilian, you'll certainly be getting the approval of the crowd. And
So,
Douglas Silva de Andrade, don't worry, dude. Come on. You know how Charlotte, North Carolinians are gonna boo a Brazilian fighter? You're good, bro.
uh, I hope so.
You're good. I at least I would put my money on it. But Douglas Silva de Andrade, what are your thoughts on him? I've seen you talk about him on a couple other interviews, but I think it's a very intriguing matchup.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I fought dangerous guys, big punchers. Uh, I don't really think too much about like what he can, what he brings to the table. Obviously I prepare for what he is and who he is, but um, I've fought these guys, my whole career. I fought a lot of big punchers. Before I was in the UFC, I fought some of the biggest punchers in the UFC. Obviously dangerous, and you can't take breaks. One thing I think I did in my last fight is I just put the cruise control on at like 70 and just let it, you know what I mean? And I just
Or
fought at one solid pace. I think I definitely got to mix it up a little bit more with Douglas de Andrade. But just in every aspect of the game, I honestly feel like I'm better than him. And that's not me being arrogant. That's me being honest with myself. I really think my stand-up's better. I think my grappling is exponentially better. And wherever this fight ends up, I just think I can beat him. I don't really give a shit what he brings. I think he's going to throw some wild shit, but I really think I'm going to be able to beat this guy down.
how did this fight come to be? Was this just like a random opponent UFC threw at you? Any like past encounters with the guy?
Yeah, I mean, I had kind of had a list of guys that I thought I would fight, and I sent right after my last fight. I'm like, listen, I want to get booked right away. I want to fight again soon. Just because I didn't take any damage, I didn't really want a lot of time to blow up. Uh, and I was like every single guy I thought I could potentially fight, except for Douglas de Andrade. I actually didn't know that he was still fighting. I thought, what is he, 37, 38? I thought he
37,
was
yeah.
done. Yeah, I thought he was done, man, after the Saeed fight, which he looked good. He still looked dangerous. But I wasn't sure he was still fighting. They offered it. They offered to me. Obviously, I know who he is. I've seen a bunch of his fights before, and it was just an instant yes. Like this for me, stylistically, I feel like this is a really, really good matchup. I match up well against guys that throw crazy stuff and uh, are kind of like the bigger, more powerful guys. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm a pretty big, powerful bantamweight too. I wish I could talk to Douglas de Andrade and be like, bro, why the fuck are we cutting to 135 pounds? We're both humongous. Why don't we just fight at 45? Especially right now, you know what I mean? I'm like in the middle of the weight cut, so now I'm like, man, I wish we need an interpreter. And, like I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if we're ever gonna make it happen. I think we'll probably both just have to suffer and make the 136. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm confident in my ability right now, and I've had my ups, I've had my downs, and I'm on my way up again. And I don't think Saturday's gonna change that.